How does the suspension of Winston change your game plan?
No, it doesn't change it at all. I mean, we have to defend what they do, not who they are. I mean, they're not going to change what they do because, I mean, you know, if he rolled his ankle the first series, I mean, they're going to go continue to play. I mean, it doesn't change anything for us. I mean, we got to be ready to defend what they do. And they're a lot bigger than one player. They really are. And you know, I mean, I remember I sat Sammy Watkins for the Auburn game, and you know, we won. Sat Martavis Bryant, and Sammy Watkins got hurt the second play of the LSU game. Probably the best defense I've seen since we've been here. That LSU defense, and guess what? We won. You know why? Because our program's bigger than any one player, and so is Florida State's. You know, I mean, it's you know, obviously disappointed them. You know, same thing for us. We played Georgia. I didn't have 4 starters. You know, Corey Crawford, Peters, and Beasley, 3 senior starters, and then Sam Cooper gets hurt in warm-ups. So that's just the way it is. That's just, you know, other guys step up and play, and we recruited well, and you know, we're still good enough to have gotten the job done, didn't get it done. And you know, Florida State certainly, you know, you want to have your best player on the field, but they're a great team, you know, with or without him. They got great players, great skill, great offensive line. Jameis Winston doesn't play defense. He doesn't play special teams last time I checked. So yeah, that doesn't change anything for us. We're going to have to play very well, whether he is in the game for 4 quarters, no quarters, or whatever. That really doesn't change anything for us.
Given his history, if you were faced with a similar decision, would you have gone with a half game, or would you have gone maybe more? You think it's too severe, not severe enough?
You know what? That's for them to they got to run their program the way they see fit. My concern is Clemson and you know, what we do here. You know, I'm not going to get into judging them and how they run their program and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, we all have a job to do, and you know, we do what we do here. They do what they do there. I'm not getting into that.
You surprised that they came to this?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, you know, that's just, you know, Jimbo, I'm sure, is not happy with that. It's not something that's acceptable, and certainly not representative of what you want your program to be about. You know, I mean, you know, none of us are bigger than the program or the university and the brand, and so, you know, I mean, I'm not surprised at all that you know, he's being disciplined for that.
What's the take on the backup?
Well, you know, he's obviously a guy that they think highly of. He got some experience last year because Coker got hurt. Coker had a season-ending injury last year, and you know, he played a lot. I think he played a lot against Syracuse, and you know, you're not the second-team guy at Florida State if you're not a really good player. And you know, people make too much of that stuff. You just look at this past weekend. I mean, Hundley, the Heisman Trophy candidate quarterback from UCLA, goes out, and the backup comes in and, you know, leads them down the field to victory. So they got good players. Obviously, we don't have a ton of film on him, but he's a guy that they recruited to be a great player, just like.
There's something to be said for whatever the situation is at halftime, Winston coming back and kind of breathing new life into that team. Is that something you might think about in terms of halftime planning?
Nope. We're just going to try to play a great 4-quarter game. That's the bottom line. I mean, like I said, they got great players. And they're much bigger than Jameis Winston. I mean, he's a great player, but Sammy Watkins is a great player too. And he's 4th pick in the draft. He's pretty good. And we were able to win without him in big games. So they're a much bigger program than one player. They've got a great defense. They're dangerous in special teams. They got an outstanding offensive line. They got some of the best receivers in the country. They got an All-American tight end. They got great running backs. So, you know, he's obviously a critical player for them. But you know, you just look around the country and you see guys step up when they get their opportunities.
Last year and what you've seen this year, is their defense maybe more disciplined? Like what you see things, saw maybe 5, 6, 7 years?
Yeah, we've only got 2 games, and you know, last year we had 6 games to study. We just just got 2 games. But on those 2 games, I mean, they're not much different. They're really good. I mean, they're great talent guys, physical, athletic guys that can run, aggressive in the secondary, play with a lot of confidence. They take some chances because they're confident. They have linebackers that are long and can run, and they got some big dudes that gobble you up front. They create a lot of pressure, and you know, even when you get a play, a lot of times they have the speed to recover. So you know, they're typical Florida State. And all those guys, and all of them have played a bunch. It's not like they got a bunch of young sophomore starters or freshman guys. I mean, they're juniors. They don't have a lot of seniors over there, but there are a lot of juniors that played a ton last year. Their depth is a little different this year from where it was last year. But you know, as far as anything else, I mean, just the 2 games we got, they're a good bunch.
Change the way you would look at the second half kickoff as far as if you won the toss to maybe delay him getting back out on the field?
No, we're going to play Florida State. That's who we're going to play. We're not playing Jameis Winston. We're playing Florida State. And you know, if we try to beat one player, we're in for a long night. We gotta win as a team, and we have to defeat their team. Because again, it's more than just one guy.